Hello, Colas, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona. In this episode, we are going to be discussing on two stories. Firstly, we start with the key details of the standoff between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid over the Griezmann situation, which have been making a lot of headlines lately. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Ousmane Dembele as the Barcelona baller is set to return to the French national team after a year-long absence. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are currently entrenched in a legal battle over the transfer of Antoine Griezmann. Barca are ready to take legal measures in an attempt to intervene in Atletico's plan to avoid paying the €40 million purchase clause that was embedded in Griezmann's loan deal by exploiting a certain loophole in the deal. While Atleti are obliged to pay €40 million for Griezmann at the end of the season, the clause only comes into effect if he plays 50% of the available matches. But in order for a match to be counted, the player must play at least 45 minutes in a particular match day. Atletico Madrid are exploiting this loophole by introducing Griezmann only after the hour mark. The player is yet to even feature in 45 minutes in a single game this season and pass the criteria, thus forcing Barcelona to seek legal measures. A new report from COPE has offered useful updates on the legal details of this standoff between Barca and Atleti. First thing first, Griezmann already featured in 30 of the 37 available matches last season, meaning he passed 81% of the criteria in the corresponding campaign. However, in order for Atletico Madrid to meet the overall criteria, they would have to play him in a certain number of matches to cross the 50% mark across the two seasons. Assuming Griezmann will be available for 50 matches during the remainder of the season, he will have to play 10 more matches in order for the Los Rojiblancos to pay the $40 million for his services. But this is where the lines get blurred, since the clause only attains to a number of matches where the player is available. An injury to Griezmann could be devastating for Atletico Madrid. Hypothetically, if Griezmann picks up an injury and spends 4 months on the sidelines, missing 16 or 18 matches in the process, he would only need a few matches to meet the criteria. For example, if the Frenchman is available for 37 matches this season, just like last season, he will only have to play at least 45 minutes for 6 or 7 matches, in order to meet the criteria as stated in the clause. This is because the player has featured in 30 matches last season. Now, Barcelona are hoping to draw a legal challenge over the validity of the second season itself. The Catalans interpret the situation that the 50% clause is only valid through the first season. After being rebuffed in their attempt to sign Griezmann for €15 million this past summer, the club from the capital proposed an extended loan spell for another year, and the two clubs now differ over whether the 50% matches condition holds valid for one season or both. As such, Atletico Madrid could now only be obliged to pay €40 million if they utilize the services of Antoine Griezmann in 50% of the matches he is available for throughout the two seasons. Barcelona, though, refused to see the situation that way and could defend their argument in court. Hence, the two clubs could be in for a busy few weeks ahead, especially as far as the legal team is concerned. Should the two clubs not resolve the situation, Griezmann will return to Barcelona next year. He has a contract there until 2024, meaning the Blaugrana would have to recover his €38 million wages, in addition to his €27 million transfer fee amortization cost, that is €135 million divided over 5 years. The Frenchman will take up to €65 million on the Catalan salary bill, which they hope to avoid such a scenario. So it remains to be seen how the situation develops in the coming months. From the look of things, this issue on Griezmann is taking another level. Barcelona are not happy about the situation and they think that they need to be paid, they need to receive the 40 million. But it seems as though Atletico Madrid don't care. They feel so relaxed and they very much think that they are in a right. They have every right to do what they are doing. So there's a lot of misinterpretation between these two clubs because Barca believe that everything was valid just for last season, but Atletico thinks it is for 2 seasons. So there's that conflict of interest. So let's see. Barca are willing to take the matter to court, as we all know, and if things don't look promising, it will likely end up in court. So I don't know how things are going to look like in the next few months. Because Barca, one thing that we see Barca trying to avoid is to bring Griezmann back to the Camp Nou. That's what Barca are trying every way, every means to avoid. Griezmann have no use now in the squad. We have already strengthened our attacking unit and everything like that. And I don't see Xavi utilizing Griezmann no matter what. And looking at the kind of wages that Barca still need to pay if he comes, it's going to be incredible. Like, I don't think Barca can contain all the players if Griezmann comes to the squad because his wages that are being owed is really heavy. So that's why you see Barca trying to push him out of the door. They want him to go to Atletico on a permanent deal. Then on to the next story of discussion. With the first international break of the season almost upon us, national team managers are naming their squads as they look to make the final preparations ahead of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar in November. Most of Barcelona's players are likely to be involved during the upcoming international break. Memphis Depay and Frankie de Jong are already called up for the Netherlands national team, while Rafinha has been named in the Brazilian squad. More call-ups are expected over the coming week, and according to Telefoot, Barcelona winger Ousmane Dembélé is all set to be recalled to the French national team squad by manager Didier Deschamps. The 25-year-old has been capped 27 times by Les Bleus so far and was part of the team that won the World Cup back in 2018. However, the speedy winger has not played for France since June last year when he injured himself during the Euros. Dembélé was not picked by Deschamps for the friendlies earlier this year in March, even though he was starting to show signs of form under Xavi. However, the France boss cannot overlook the ex-Borussia Dortmund winger's red-hot form this season. Dembélé has already scored 2 and set up 4 more goals in all competitions for Barcelona this season and has been nearly unstoppable. So it seems like Deschamps is all set to recall the 25-year-old speedster to France squad for the upcoming UEFA Nations League fixtures against Austria and Denmark. Strong displays there could ensure that Dembélé works his way into the plans for the FIFA World Cup. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.